depending on others is good if it's a what do you call it? If it's a help. Not dependent, but it's an added support or added help. But to depend on others about worth of ours, that probably is not going to work. Even if we're given given the freedom or whatever we wanted in our lap, we probably will not be able to use it. Then, by seeing the equality between self and others, I should practice exchanging self for others. This is good. Here are Dharma, sacred Dharma. Having seen the importance of Dharma, first it says, I should take control of myself, and I must see the equality between self and others. It's a very good, profound groundwork to work with. Of course, we've been taught how to see others more important than us. But that's idea. But how you go about it, it's not going to be as simple as that. How you go about it is exactly what we call a gentle path. First, we must equate ourselves with others. There are many reasons for that. First of all, it's comfortable. Equating ourselves with others, comfortable. We feel safe. You don't feel like you will be destroyed in the process of helping others or something. And you'll be able to kind of share your life. It literally is halfway giving yourself. This is, equating ourselves with others is as good as giving half of our self-centeredness, which is very good. Giving away self-centeredness is a big thing. But certainly we're not going to be able to do that with no training, for that matter. And yet we can train. And equating oneself with others itself is a gesture of at least half of ourself is already being, discarded, self-centeredness. Is that right? You have to do a little business kind of calculation. How much is how much? I know we all think like that. Also, it's good news is that our biggest problem comes from putting self-importance and putting less importance on others. That kind of discrimination. That's the cause of the problem. Meaning, even if we do good deeds and try to do good deeds, if the fundamental issue is to serve one's purpose, that good deed is going to turn, good deed to others is turned into some selfish version of helping others. So in other words, it's kind of like a contradictory, self-defeating. And also, and there's another technical reason there, and that is we will never be able to enjoy peace if we don't include others. It's true. That's something very technical. You think about it. Our peace and happiness will always be threatened, or there is always threatened by something else. If that peace and happiness is based on self-centeredness, but if the peace and happiness is based on the equality of all, or is good for everyone, there will be no threat to our own peace. First of all, we have there's no person who's so self-involved, because we equated ourselves with others. So the issue like that could be helpful. I should never indulge in despondency by entertaining such thought as, how shall I ever awaken? For the Tathagata who speak what is true have uttered this truth. If they develop strength of their exertion, even those who are flies, mosquitoes, bees, and insects will win the unsurpassable awakening, which is so hard to find. So when you're practicing Dharma, there is always other internal obstacles, enemy that will distract what you think is want to do. And one of the things is despondency. What's despondent means what? Depressed, discouraged, or not?
Discouraged.
Yeah, something like this. In other words, there is also another misapprehension or miscomprehension, saying, "Oh, yeah, that sounds great, but it's not my it's not up to me. I'm not capable to do this. This kind of almost like fantasy kind of practice, something wonderful, but it's beyond the reach of my kind of practice." So our self does do a little base trick. You know what? This is so good. Let somebody else do it. Or this is such a beautiful idea. It's pure fictional, pure something to think about. The actually despondence comes. It's a form of trick played by the self-centeredness, and it's very good. It always makes sure that we lose. Somehow it does ourselves. If you allow ourselves to control us, it will make sure we lose. It will be so if I do not forsake the Bodhisattva's way of life. Why should someone like myself, who has been born in human race, not attain awakening, since I'm able to recognize what is beneficial and what is of harm? In other words, if we pursue this Bodhisattva's way of life, even if someone like flies, mosquitoes, bees, insects, etc., they will be enlightened. Why not? I'm a human being. I'm far better species. Is that right? That has the ability. And if they can do it, why not me? Why? Because I have such intelligence which allows me to recognize what is right, what is wrong, what is meaningful, what is meaningless. Such a power of brain I have, the ability to discern. I will be far better and more successful. Why not? So in other words, you learn to overcome despondency by thinking those encouraging scenarios. All right? And in other words, every teaching of the Buddha is really, it's like a massaging. Little massage, you go and do the whole thing, and then you're too tired in the massage. There's a kind of maintenance kind of thing involved. Every word of the Buddha's teaching is saying, "Oh, you heard me, you're done, you're saved, you're finished, and no more have to do." No, it's just simply a helping hand, and we accumulate the wisdom, accumulate the experience, and we just keep working on it. So when we are working on it, it's also the solutions are not saying you do this, you will fix the problem. What it's really saying, we call antidote. There's one problem, you sort of gently overcome that. You then continue on doing the good work. Another problem will show up, and then you come and gently apply another relative antidote. You just keep almost like in the maintenance fashion. There's no answer that will fix the problem, but there is an answer that can overcome a particular moment of limitations. If you're discouraged, then there is practice. You encourage yourself and you successfully be, fresh and feel like you want to do more. Or if you do this, you do this. If something happens like that, you do that. In other words, constant, how do you say, there's a constant approach in maintaining our peace of mind